Today I fucked up by accidentally showing college freshman campus public sex spot. Obligatory. This happened a few years ago and it came back to haunt me later on. So for 2 years of my college career, I worked as an orientation leader in the summer. Most of the orientations are fairly standard, except that every night, one of the orientation leaders can decide on a specific activity aside from all the scheduled ones. As a campus-loving person, I decided to give an unofficial campus night tour to these freshmen on the day I get to decide the special activity. Now our campus has a lot of green space, and the main one has a lot of trees that's been there for probably more than 100 years. The buildings around that green space has a lot of quirks, like bonkers, weird statues, facilities, etc. and stories as well, and that's why I decided to do the tour. On this green space, there's my favorite tree on campus. I'm not sure what kind of tree it is, but it is a ginormous tree. It looks kind of like a Christmas tree but about takes up the space of two two-car garages. The reason it's my favorite tree is that the tree's Christmas tree-like structure allows you to go inside the tree, and the inside can hold up to 5 hammocks at once. So naturally, I have to show these first year students this awesome hangout spots that I usually go to chill and read. The time of the tour's 9 p.m. and it was dark. After taking students through all kinds of cool gems, we got to the tree. And as I walked towards the inside of the tree and explained why I love this tree, I heard some bristling sound and slight moaning. Being unsuspecting, it wasn't until all of us, tilde 20, were in the tree that I realized there were 2 people having sex in a hammock. My jaw dropped and I froze because of the shock, and then I tried to talk my way out by saying, "See, you can do all kinds of things in this tree." Hearing what I said, I realized that I've just made things even worse, and then the women in the hammock heard me and looked up and chimed in with, "Yeah, this is a great spot for doing stuff." I quickly told the students, "Alright, let's get back to our next location," and walked out of the tree while the students laughed really hard on their way out. 2 years later, I was at a different job and we got a bunch of new hires. While socializing in the office, one of the new hires asked me if I used to lead orientations and gave night tours. I said yes and was excited to hear what she had remembered from the orientation, and possibly the tour. I had done 28 orientations and 2 tours at this point. She then told me that she was in the group of students that witnessed the sex in the tree incident and told me that was the most memorable moments in her orientation and it changed how she viewed the school and make her feel more connected. Even today, I'm still embarrassed that I basically took a bunch of 18-year-olds on a tour and showed them semi-public sex and a very well-hidden semi-public sex spot. Too long didn't read, I gave a campus tour at my college and accidentally lead freshmen into a tree where people were having sex. The fuck tree. The tree of life, evergreen tree. That girl is such a mad lass. Are you coming to the tree? Sex did happen here, no stranger could it be. Musical notes. Sap isn't the only sticky thing inside that tree. Sex in a hammock sounds like the worst sex ever. Today I fucked up by almost dating a horrible person. First time poster on mobile and happened a few weeks ago, but here goes. So I have been using apps like Tinder etc. since I am really shy in person, and with the current lockdown in place it's difficult to talk to people anyway. A few weeks ago I matched with a certain girl on an app called Puff, so we get to talking. At first she is making small remarks like I match with a lot of black people but they aren't what I'm looking for, and other comments of a similar nature. So having been so long for me since I last went on a date, I decided to give her the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe she means she gets the kind of creeps with messages like show bobs etc. Anyway, we continue chatting for a few days and the remarks continue and I'm starting to get irritated. At the same time she is starting to get extremely clingy to me despite not even having met up yet. I am waking up to multiple messages and missed calls on WhatsApp from her at like 6 a.m. The final nail in the coffin for me is after I am half awake she wants to video chat, so I decide I'm awake now so I might as well. She is running an errand and out of nowhere I hear her yell, "What the fuck are you looking at, hen?" This is a white as you can get girl using the hard R in the most racist setting you can get. The whole time during riots about racism too. So at that moment I hang up, leaving a harsh message explaining that I am entirely against racism and my standards aren't that low, but also if she somehow manages to find someone with her attitude she will get both herself and said guy killed. Probably harsh to do it via message, I know, but don't need to respect anybody of that caliber really. TL, doctor, went looking for a girl to talk to on a dating app. She turned out to be a crazy racist. Edit, I just wanted to tell you all how much I appreciate the kind responded. Each and every one of you is a wonderful person and has helped restore my faith in humanity. Thank you all so much. I don't think there was anything harsh about that reaction, lol. But on you. Thank you. Had she been a decent person I might have been more inclined to tell her I wasn't interested face to face. Had to send it via message though, cause I would have just been screaming and she wouldn't understand me, lol. There might be plenty of fish, but some are toxic. So true. No cure for horrible people. Your shyness is kind of a lifesaver in this case. If you asked her out instantly. I never thought of that, you are absolutely right. This you I always saw as a problem became a blessing. Damn, there is finding out that the person you were dating isn't what you thought, then there's this. Bullet dodged. She may not be so lucky with that mouth. Today I fucked up by staying in quarantine. Like pretty much everyone, I started staying at home with my family in mid-March. I've actually really enjoyed it, working from home, hanging with my husband and kids more, playing with my pets, relaxing. We're very fortunate that we have all been healthy and we've managed to keep our jobs. I was enjoying my cooped up world until about a week ago when I started to feel bad, achy, tired and weak. I think to myself, how could I have gotten COVID? I don't leave the house. Despite what I did, I kept getting worse. And then it got to the point where I was in so much pain, all over my body, that I could barely function. Every muscle hurt. Every joint hurt. Oh bad. I could hardly stand. I was scared and suffering. I thought my body was shutting down. I had no fever or anything. What could possibly be going on? We went to the ER in the middle of the night and they checked me out. Turns out that I had critically low levels of vitamin D. That's right. Vitamin you get from sunlight. I had basically spent 4 months inside. With my office job, Amazon and delivery services, I've basically only been out of my house like 6 to 8 times since March. I'm not much of an outdoorsy person to start with. And with the hot summer weather and the comfy cool inside world I created for myself, I was becoming like one of those deep sea creatures that don't have eyes. Hospital gave me some epic doses of vitamin D right then and there. Within 24 hours I felt great. Totally back to normal with more pain. I had no idea this could be such a serious thing. Be taking supplements and having to suffer some outside time in the sun each day. Moral of the story, get some sun people. Too long didn't read, didn't see the sun for 4 months. Got super sick from lack of vitamin D. This is scary. I had no idea this could happen. I didn't even know vitamin D was vital to one's health. I just heard it was good to be out in the sun once in a while and get some of that vitamin D. By chance, I ordered my first multivitamins a month ago with 125% daily dose of vitamin D, so I hope I'll be alright. Some of the more extreme COVID cases have also been linked to a vitamin D deficiency. Stay healthy, people. Also important to know, it's your own body that produces vitamin D in a 2-stage process when your skin absorbs UVB light from sunlight. UVB cannot penetrate glass because of its extremely short wavelength. So even if you sit in a 100% glass conservatory etc. under direct bright sunlight, you will not get any vitamin D from it. This can only be done by outdoors direct sunlight exposure. Sounds counterintuitive at first, but Google it if you don't believe me. While Vit D supplements are essential for rescues like hops, Vit D in normal supplements is now as good for you as the direct sunlight UVB body production route. Lastly, the darker your skin, the more time you will need in direct sunlight, preferably every day. Never knew this could take hold so quickly. I wonder how people on submarines cope, maybe supplements or the ISS. What in the name of God is sunlight? Your husband really needs to make sure you're always getting enough vitamin D.